Conte reporting. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Marcus Conte reporting. I want to go back to a better time and a better place. What's up, everybody? Forever young. Forever young. Hi, my name is Mark. Good morning. Marcus Conte reporting. That's right, man. That's right. That's right. That's me, goddammit. It was me, anyway. My, how times change. Times change. Fuck the new normal. This new normal shit. God, what is normal, anyway? What is normal? What is normal? Good morning, everybody. Harvey Cinnamon in the house. Vinny Martini, motherfucker, in the house. On the wrench. Don't be a dick in the house. I know. There's a lot of dicks. The dicks are getting a little hard again. So just de-dick eyes the dicks. Christian Lifetime, New York City, Harvey Cinema is in the house. Tyson Kirby, what's up, everybody? Good morning, everybody. I was having a technical problem. Sorry for the delay. Right. You know what the problem was, right? My mouse went down. I almost had a baby over here. I was dying. I was almost in tears. My computer, it doesn't fucking work. I can't get this shit to go on. I can't get this shit to go on. My fucking mouse is, I don't know what's wrong. My computer won't go on. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I can't do it. Help me. Right? And it winds up being just a mouse. I fucking switched out the mouse with the old shit mouse. Just a whim, I tell you. I was like, well, the mouse sucks right now, so I'm struggling. But that's all it was, man. It was just a fucking $10 fucking error. Throw the other one out, put the old one in, throw the fucking garbage out, and get another one, right? Get a new one, right? How about this guy? You want to see another guy? I was going through my pictures. I got a lot of pictures. I collect a lot of pictures, right? I'm going to do a whole piece. Today we'll talk about the new normal because I'm fucking sick of it. I want to go back to a time where I was in my basement growing these. Ganja pictures, right? All these years later, right? Because now the statute of limitations has expired, and yes, Marcus Conte was a horticulturist in a different life. I'll do a whole clip on my pot. So these are skunk videos. These are skunk shots of my skunk. I had all hydroponically grown. I'll do a whole report on it if you guys want to hear it. But I got a lot of shots, man. A lot of shots, man. It's fucking some serious shit, man. Serious. Look at those buds. Oh, man, it's just fucking dope, man. This is fucking holy shit, man. This is 1990s. Early 1990s, man. So, oh yeah, remember, I got one more shot. I found this shot. This guy. How you doing? No fucking Marcus Conte. God damn, fucking, I want to be a rock star, man. Look at my fucking puffy hair and shit, man. This is the most ridiculous headshot I've ever had, man. It's fucking hysterical, man. It was, I mean, somebody did it. I didn't pay for it, and somebody did it for me, and I was very grateful. And I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at the shot is a mistake because it just doesn't look like me. You know what I mean? It looks like somebody else, and that's the tragedy of photography, I think. If there is a tragedy, you have to capture the person. Not the person you think the person is, but the person, right? And that this guy, right? I'm the same guy, but this guy is not, you know, I was funny when I was this age, right? He was like, I don't know, 30-something, right? I was a funny dude, right? But I got a big fat punching bag face, a hairdo. He just captured he captured me all wrong, man. Right? So anyway, what is the new normal? I'll do some stuff here, man, some pot stuff, right? So before we do that, man, join me at marcusconte.com. Here we go. So we got today is the new normal right up on top. I think I did that right. Did I do it right? I just updated. I updated right before. I was running late. I just did I do all that shit in the morning, man, because I'm fucking very lazy. At night, I can't really think. So kindly become a contributor to this channel by becoming either a Patreon. Over here, you hit the Patreon button, or you become a one-time contributor through PayPal, and or you could just mail me some cool stuff, and I'll be happy to wear your hats and wear your T-shirts, new stuff. Don't send me old garbage, man. Because a lot of dickheads are on the rampage. Oh, all the LARPers, they don't want their names to be known. They want to go on anonymous and continue to destroy people and fuck people. And just know, LARPers, that I will never go away. I will never go away. I will defeat you. I will crush every one of you. Okay? Listen to me carefully, LARPers. You will not win. I will crush you. I will eliminate you. I will wipe you off of the web. I will humiliate you and expose you for the creeps and fuckheads and cocksuckers that you are. Okay? Just bear in mind, motherfuckers, that I will get you. All right? You will not win. All right? So if you are a LARPer, you probably are ending up on this page because the dickheads are the cowards. Oh, now they're so sensitive about their privacy. They're so sensitive about their very delicate stuff. You guys are a bunch of fucking liars and frauds. All right? How many more times do I have to expose you? You want to add your name to the list? Lerpo, Lipo, Lapo? I will crush you, motherfucker. So anyway, that doesn't make sense if you don't know what we're talking about. But that's there's a lot of scumbags online that try to derail your program, try to LARP you, try to create a live action role play around your fame, around your publicity, and try to steal your people away from you by turning your own people away from you and towards them. Who they say are you're the creep and the liar, but meanwhile they're the creep and the liar with no audience and nobody, right? That's I guess you could say that's the new normal online, right? It's people that have no talent and they don't have the ability to rise up by doing their own thing. They don't have natural talent. They don't have raw talent. So they rely on chopping other people down, cutting into people and trying to lie and fabricate things about other people in a cheap attempt to elevate themselves. And I think that's kind of the norm. That is the new norm, right? It's not just online. That's so let's check out this guy. This guy's awesome, right? How old is he? 73-year-old. That's not too old. He's jumping off a cliff. Watch this shit. See, this is how you gotta live, man. This is called living. Oh, motherfucker! So what, man? Even if you shit yourself, who cares, man? Fucking guys. Oh, man, we should all be lucky at 73, man. Gotta keep in shape, man. Oh, that guy was all on it, man. That guy was on it. Let me see fucking Trump do that, man. Let me see Biden do that shit. That was a great fucking clip, man. Thank you, man. This guy's jumping off a cliff. What else we got here? Come on, open up, motherfucker. So the whole world is in a ruckus here, right? So let's just look at some of the insanity, and it's just getting crazier and crazier out there. Chicago's Christopher Columbus statue removed after police protester clashes. All right, so this shit is getting nuts, man. Where is this? Chicago. I just said it. Chicago. Oh, there's a video. Let's watch the video. What is it? People cheering the taking down of Christopher Columbus because he is a racist. He's a racist. You're a racist. That's the new normal. No, you don't understand why. Because you're a racist. And Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. What do we want? Freedom. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it?
0 calories.
Now.
0 sugar.
Shut up.
A hint of flavor.
Shut up. Hold on. So I think that needs a click to it. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. Right? That's what they're doing, right? All these fucking stupid things, right? If we don't get what we want, shut it down. It's almost like parody now. Right? You hear it out in the streets. Black Lives Matter. I can't breathe. I like when they're fuck the system and eat the rich. I that resonates with me, right? It resonates with this guy too, right? And but it's getting like really stupid.
Good morning, Eddie.
Oh, good morning, Eddie. So Chicago, there's no video here. Chicago's 2 Christopher Columbus statues were taken down under the cover of darkness early Friday after violent clashes broke out last week between police and protesters, according to the report. Hours after Mayor Lori Lightfoot called for it to come down, one statue was removed in the Windy City's Grant Park, while the other was seen being dismantled in Arrigo Park in the Little Italy neighborhood. Son of a bitches, right? Not even the Italians could have their Columbus. The Italians, for some reason, I don't know why, there's really not much. There's not much reasoning behind why Italian Americans here in this country, and I never figured it out, why they resonate with Christopher Columbus. They think of him as some kind of Italian explorer, but he was none of those things. He was an explorer from Spain, and he settled in the West Indies, and he organized, and to the dismay of the West Indian people. But whatever, man, it's fucking history. Who cares, right? Did he discover America? I don't fucking know. What difference does it make, right? It's a statue. Leave it up, man. Let the story be told. Demonstrators nationwide have clamored for the removal of Christopher Columbus, calling the Italian explorer. Christopher Columbus wasn't Italian, was he? All right, let's find out. Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was Italian? Question mark. Christopher Columbus, Spanish explorer. Is Christopher Columbus an Italian explorer? Cristoforo Colombo is, of course, famous for the discovery of North America, but a recent historical theory suggests that Christopher Columbus was not born in Genoa, Italy, and rather was Portuguese, noble. See, fucking people don't even goddamn know. They don't even fucking know where he was from, right? But the Italians love him. That's just the point, right? I didn't even know that to be true. I didn't know. I mean, trying to say Christopher Columbus is Italian. Anyway, but the Italians are pissed off. The Italians, while demonstrators calling the Italian explorer a symbol of hate and oppression. He was an explorer. That's what explorers do. They go out and they fucking, it's like a person who scopes out sets for Hollywood. You go there and you say, "Oh, this neighborhood would be great in my set," and then you exploit that set. you exploit that neighborhood. That's not hate or oppression. It's just it's expansion. Yeah, it is colonialism at a very primitive form. But nonetheless, he's instrumental in allowing you your freedoms and your place to live historically, right? So why erase it? Doesn't make sense. While others view him as an important part of Italian American heritage. Why is he an Italian American? That doesn't never made sense to me. On Monday, Lightfoot said she would announce a process in which the city would take inventory of the city's monuments, paintings, and other things that memorialize its history, the news outlet reported. So here's the shots of, I guess, his Grant Park. Remember where Obama gave his I had a dream. No, he had his hope. Mr. Hopi Changey exited Grant Park, and now they're taking down goddamn Columbus. Put up a Negro, right? That's what we want. That's the history we want. We want a proud black Negro woman, a proud African woman with her fist pumping like this. Put that up. That'll get a lot of cheers. Right? Why not leave Christopher Columbus and try to outdo Christopher Columbus on the other part of the grass with a black fist pump, motherfucker, right? Why not do it next to Columbus? Why do you got to take Columbus down? It's just sick times, right? It's sick times. There's a sickness in this country right now. It's a soul sickness where I mean you have one side wanting to put federal troops on the ground and eradicate the radicals, and the radicals think they're in the right and they won't stop. They're not going to stop. They're radicalized to the most extreme degree. Antifa, Black Lives Matter. They basically say by any means necessary. They justify their looting. They justify their burning places down. They justify their violence against you because why? Because you're a racist. In their mind, you're a racist. You're old school racist. You have hate, and you want to oppress us. And you're a fascist. You're a fascist. That's the new thing. I saw two beautiful people yesterday. I want to talk about these two beautiful people I saw. I saw two beautiful dudes, right? They're walking through the park, right? And they must have been like 20, 21, 19, 20, 21. You know that age where your fucking hair is beautiful and everything is, you just walk on, it's like you're walking on, especially not if you're oppressed, but if you're free. If you're a free 20-year-old and you really know who you are and you're in yourself, and they look like, I didn't snap a picture because I was too far away and I was doing yoga, but I did say hello to them. And I waved to them, and they both smiled. They gave me the thumbs up, like they knew what I was talking about, right? Because I was just I saw them in that vibe, and they were dressed like two, not yogis, but they were almost like Jesus. They were almost like it was like a spin. See, this is the part of the culture that I like. I when you start seeing that, then you say, okay, now I can start to understand what's in your fucking head, right? You're stretching for expression and creativity, and I dig that. I understand that, right? But I don't understand coming into someone's neighborhood and throwing paint all over the place and breaking windows and calling everybody a racist, because you've gone too far. You're out of your fucking head. But these two beautiful young men walking, they weren't not in a gay way. They weren't gay at all. They were just so in themselves, right? And they were dressed like kind of like with bell bottoms and they have long hair, man. Long hair is in. So the youth. Long hair, they're dressed stylish, walking through Washington Square Park. I was like, yeah, dig it. I could see that. I could see that happening, right? I see the fashion coming to play in the desolate city. See, that's the part, that's the good. That's the good part of it, right? Now, where's the music? Give me the fucking music. Don't give me no pop smoke, motherfucking fucking with his gold fucking tooth. Pop smoke. I'm gonna fuck your daughter. I'm gonna fuck you up, man. Smoke a blunt and fucking stop breaking shit, man. Fucking I pop smoke. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear no fucking. I don't want to hear no racist crap, violent bull fucking shit. Give me the truth, man. Give me the truth. Give me the truth in your music and in your expression, and be happy about it. So I'm on the. I'll try to take more pictures. That's what Cunningham, Bill Cunningham, the fashion photographer in New York who died, who used to live in Carnegie Hall, literally. He used to live in a loft in Carnegie Hall, and he used to be the fashion guy on the street. And since Bill is not around, maybe I have to do it. I got to go out and become the fashion photographer in New York, right? While I'm still here, while I could still last. Because the shit is getting difficult, man. It's just getting ugly and boring, right? Walking around. You know what happened in New York? One more thing I'll tell you about. New York, because people think I'm Mr. New York and I'm supposed to tell everybody about New York, but I can tell you, and maybe I am, I don't know. But New York, it's what's remained when you walk around, and I realized it this morning, is that the worst parts, the worst things about New York, the dirt, the noise, the congestion, the traffic on the street, the worst parts of it are still there. But the beautiful parts, the celebrative parts, the nightlife, the restaurants, the fashion, the buzz, the inexplainable aura that New York creates is gone. It's not there. All that's there is busy, hustle, bustle, hot, humid, people sitting on benches. Every fucking spot in the shade is full of people just, I don't know, homeless or unemployed. It's the worst parts of the city, right? That's what remains, right? That's what I'm noticing, and that's it's not a good thing. Will it bounce back? Yeah, it will, but never the same. It'll come back in a different way because those beautiful people walking through the park who haven't expressed themselves in music, they're just starting to express themselves in their clothing, will lead us out of it, unfortunately. Those are the artists will lead us out of this mess. I'm pushing fucking, I'm old, man. I'm too old to be doing that, but I'm now the, what's his name, that Ginsberg. You remember Ginsberg? Where Dylan loved Ginsberg? I'm the Ginsberg, man. I'll go and report it. I'm in my 50s. I'll be there. I don't want to be the art. I want to talk about it. I want to see it, and I want to exploit it when it pops, right? But for now, that's all we got is this ugly nonsense of tearing down statues. So, look, I know the issue of Christopher Columbus Day is an issue of great discussion, but I think that the way in which we educate our young people, in particular about the history, is to educate them about the full story. This is Miss Lightfoot, right? The mayor of fucking. Does the mayor have the right to knock down historical monuments? I don't know, man. Trump, you better get the feds in there. Last week, 49 cops and 4 demonstrators were hurt when clashes broke out during a protest. One has nothing to do with the other. Police have since said a group infiltrated the peaceful demonstration to spark violence. All right, so what does that have to do with Christopher Columbus? Nothing. It has nothing to do with Christopher Columbus. A resident watching the removal of the statue at Grant Park told the Chicago Times, quote, "This statue coming down is because of the effort of black and indigenous activists who know the true history of Columbus and what he represented." Really? I'd like to see you prove it. John Catanzara, president of the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 7, has recently feuded with the mayor after he wrote President Trump a letter asking for federal help to address the surging gun violence in the city. That also has nothing to do with anything. Oh, this is Miss Lightfoot. Ah, there she is. Black is black gets, man. Miss Black. Miss Blackfoot. She's not a dictator. I'm sick. Here's another one. I'm sick of the mayor thinking she can do whatever she wants. Catanzara, an Italian, said, "She's not a dictator. She's a coward. That she wanted to do this in the middle of the night when nobody was paying attention after she said she wasn't going to take down any statues." They're hitting them at night. On Thursday night, hundreds of protesters rallied outside of Lightfoot's home and demanded that the local police be defunded. The demonstration came after Lightfoot reportedly did an about-face and agreed to Trump's plan to send 200 federal agents to Chicago. Ooh. In the aftermath of a shooting outside a funeral home that killed 15 people, right? So she's a fucking coward, right? This is who's running Chicago. This brain right here, this fucking piece of garbage, really. Attacking, ignorant fuck is really what she is, right? What else we got? So again, it's not just America where the new normal is normal. Hold on a second. So that's Columbus. The new normal. U.S. orders China to close its consulate. Excuse me, in Houston. Now, why is the U.S. ordering China to close its consulate? Right now, the thing with China and U.S., there is a Cold War going on. We know that. Cold War. It's cold because it's still war, but it's cold. It's not hot. Nobody's throwing bullets at each other yet. Nobody's flinging bombs at each other yet. It's a Cold War, just like in Russia, right? In the 80s, right, with Reagan, right? 70s, 80s. After World War II, there was a power struggle, a power vacuum. Who's going to take what? Who's going to take this and who's going to take that? And that was the Cold War. The same thing with China and U.S., right? It's a Cold War. It probably will never come to blows, but it's nonetheless a war. So the U.S. has ordered China to close its consulate in Houston in what an official in Beijing blasted as an outrageous and unjustified move, leading the country to consider shuttering the American diplomatic office in Wuhan. Tit for tat. That's what that is. That's what's called tit for tat. Oh yeah, America. Oh yeah, U.S. You're going to shut down our consulate, and those things are important. You know, the foreign consulates in our country are important to the people that are Chinese, and such. And trade. A lot happens. I don't know the details of what happens, but if you talk to people that are from China, for example, the consulate is very important to them in terms of paperwork, in terms of I don't know what. But so you want them there. We have directed the closure of PRC Consulate General in Houston in order to protect Americans' intellectual properties and Americans' private information. U.S. State Department spokeswoman Morgan Ottrage said in a statement Wednesday. There couldn't be more bullshit attached to that one than to protect Americans' private information? Come on, what the fuck? Added that Washington would not tolerate Chinese violations of their sovereignty and intimidating our people. This is so ridiculous. This is just so fucking ridiculous. Where? Why? Point to one Chinese person that is trying to denigrate the sovereignty of America. It's just so fucking ridiculous, right? This kind of stuff, and I got to tell you, Trump bootlickers. This kind of maneuvering from the right is as ridiculous as trying to take down a fucking statue of Columbus. Do you understand that? Do you understand that when you're attacking China? And saying that it's violating our sovereignty and intimidating our people by unfair trade, theft of American jobs, and egregious behavior, you are just as stupid. You are just as ass backwards. You are just as part of the new normal as the other guy. That's what I say. Beijing said the closure was an unprecedented escalation. It's ridiculous, right? So Trump's on the march. They're trying to knock down the consulate. Here's another one. Pompeo, right? The spook. The order to shut the Chinese consulate comes as Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is in Europe, where he has been rallying leaders to take a tougher stance with Beijing and meeting with exile descendants. Fucking Pompeo is a disaster, right? Pompeo is Trump's right-hand man. So there you have it. I think it's the same thing. You're shutting down You're shutting down foreign consulates with based on propaganda because you can't win the trade race, right? And so you got to vilify them, right? That's what you're doing. You're vilifying Chinese people, right? It's not China. People don't perceive China as separate from Chinese people, right? Chinese people are walking around everywhere, right? And they feel like you're attacking them personally. They're Americans. A lot of them are Americans. They're living the American dream. They're fulfilling the American dream, just like everybody else. They may have been born in China, but that doesn't matter, right? If someone's here, they're paying taxes, and they're doing the American thing according to our vague rules, they should have the right to be, right? They should have the right to be and not live with discrimination hanging over their head. Oh, because if the president is saying the Chinese virus, the China virus, right? How do you think a Chinese person feels? Put yourself in that position for 1 minute. Put yourself in the position of owning a Chinese restaurant in a non-Chinese neighborhood, which most of America is, and having the president of the United States call it a China. Your sign says Chinese takeout, and the president's saying China virus, the China flu. You see the point? You see how Trump is just as asinine as the other guys? He's saying the China virus, and the dickheads on the other side are saying Columbus is a racist. Everybody's a racist. It's the same bullshit. Right? It's two extremes. Right? Be in the middle, balance, right? That's what I practice. I practice balance. The middle way, being in the middle. Try to balance yourself in between the two extremes and live there, abide there. That's for another day. That's hard to explain. So Senate passes veto-proof bill that will strip Confederate names from military bases. Sounds reasonable, right? Confederates, bad. Remember that guy yesterday in the video? I did a walkthrough downtown and this is not to denigrate the guy or to diss the guy. I walked up to a gentleman, and he happened to be black, and I was standing in front of George Washington, and I said, "Is George Washington a racist?" and he said, "I don't know." Right? And then I said, "Do you think they should knock a statue down? You think they should take a statue down?" I think that's what I said. And he said, "Was he a Confederate?" And the ridiculousness of that is of course that Confederates were 100 years after Washington. Washington 1776. The Confederate, formation happened after all that, right? The South and the North, and then they defined themselves as North and South, right? And he didn't know that. Black man didn't know black history. He didn't know the history of the country, and said, if George Washington was a Confederate, tear it down. As if that validates, that's the cure-all, because he was a Confederate. What does that mean? It means that you lived in the South around the 1800s. That's all it means. And you had a certain opinion on how the country should be run. So, nonetheless, Senate passes veto-proof bill that will strip Confederate names from military bases. Washington, the Senate on Thursday passed a $740 billion defense budget. $740 billion. Passed it again without a blink of an eye. Where's Nancy Pelosi? They want to take away Trump's power, and what do? You give him $740 billion defense budget. There's no change. You see the no change? The culture is getting so upside down and ass backwards, people fighting amongst each other. And right under your nose, Congress passes another $740 billion defense budget to fight an enemy that we don't have. We don't have a defined enemy, but we have $740 billion to fight them. Right? And it includes a provision to remove the names of Confederate leaders from military bases. Wow. Setting up a showdown with President Trump, who is opposed to the move. So they what they did was they piggybacked the provision to remove Confederate names on top inside of the $740 billion defense spending. That's how they did it. They stuck it in there. Right? The GOP-controlled chamber overwhelmingly passed the legislation with a vote of 81 to 14. So that tells me the sharp Republicans, the shrewd, money grabbers said, we get the $740 billion. What do we care about some fucking Confederate names? Who gives a shit? See, business doesn't care. That's the fundamental problem. You think those Black Lives Matter people think that they're winning some kind of war. They're winning. And in actuality, they're not winning anything. They're getting, okay, maybe they get a name change, but you still, the money, follow the money, $740 billion. They don't give a fuck what you call the military base. Call it fucking, call it communist America. Call it anything. They don't care. The money doesn't care. And there you go, 81 to 14. The money voted for the money. And they threw up to the radicals. Okay, yeah, change a couple of names. What the fuck do we care? I can't see it out my window. What do I care? That's basically the way they think. Can you imagine a Republican senator arguing over name, as if that matters? As if there's any moral compass in this country that actually matters above money? Money, $740 billion confirmed, ready to sign. Okay, Trump, sign it. Right? And Trump will sign it. It's like, hey, listen, we got to get the money, right? We got to get the money. The money. The money. See how it works? The money. So the GOP-controlled chamber overwhelmingly passed it, 81 to 14, well over the number required to override the president's veto. Wow. So Trump can't veto it. They've got, 2/3 Senate? Sorry, Trump. Sorry, boss. So they're doing it above it so Trump can still say, I wasn't for it. And that's what Trump will say. I wasn't for it. I wasn't for it. I didn't want it. I didn't want that to change the names, but it was in the bill and I can't veto it. That's what Trump's going to say. That's going to be his tune. And the Republicans are going to go along with that. They can say, well, listen, this is we waited and we said, change a couple of names. We got the money. Donald Trump, we got the money. I'll do that. National Defense Authorization Act, that's what it's called. The National Defense Authorization Act includes a plan to change the names of Army bases named after Confederate soldiers, such as Fort Bragg in North Carolina, Fort Benning in Georgia, which are named after Confederate generals, Braxton Bragg and Henry Louis Benning. Senator Elizabeth Warren introduced the provision. Fucking Pocahontas is behind this whole thing. Pocahontas. That's who you can blame now. The liberal lunatic. Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, she's still there, of Massachusetts, introduced a provision which will require the Pentagon to establish a commission to rename within the next 3 years all military assets named after people who fought against the Union 155 years ago. 155 years ago. Can you imagine? I can't even remember this guy. I can't even remember being this guy right here. And Pocahontas wants us to remember 155 years ago. The sprawling legislation includes a 3% pay hike for members of the military. Okay. The House on Tuesday passed the bill. Why only 3%? Why not give them 25%, right? And cut the size of the military, cut the size of them, but make them a specialized force, right? Defund. That's where you should be defunding. You know the idiots that are outside saying defund the fucking police? What about the military? What about the military? $740 billion. Right? They're trying to get New York NYPD to defund by $1 billion, down from $6 to $5 billion. What about did these kids even know? Does anybody even know that Congress just passed a $740 billion defense budget? I would argue not. And that's a good question. If you're on the street, ask people. Say, hey, you want to defund the police? Do you know that the House, the Senate just passed the $740 billion defense budget by overwhelming margin, 81 to 14? Did you know that? Because they just did it. The sprawling legislation, okay, so they're going to get a pay cut. Veto-proof bipartisan vote of 295 to 125. So the House passed it, and then the Senate has confirmed it in a veto-proof. Veto-proof. That's where your country is. Fuck you. Give us $740 billion to fund the Pentagon and fund all the fucking shady deep state bullshit, CIA, military, right? What is military? Military is Pentagon, CIA, FBI, right? That's military, right? For lack of a better term. I don't care what the military says. I'm supposed to make the decision, he said. Fort Bragg is a big deal. We won 2 world wars. Nobody even knows General Bragg. We won 2 world wars. Who's saying this? Chris Wallace on Fox News said. Yeah. What are we going to do? What are we going to rename it to? You're going to name it after Reverend Al Sharpton? What are you going to name it, Chris? He asked. No, I'm going to go change them, Trump added. No, I'm not going to go change them. This is Trump. I'm sorry. I'm fucking it up. So Fort Bragg is on the chopping block. The name. Just the name. Cities across America have begun removing statues honoring Confederate leaders as the nation engaged in an emotional conversation about race in the wake of George Floyd's death at the hands of white police officers in Minneapolis. Warren explained her decision to introduce the motion in a tweet last month, writing, "It's long past time to end the tribute to white supremacy on our military installations." Powerful allies of the president in Congress, including Mitch McConnell, said he had no problem with U.S. military bases being renamed and has reportedly privately urged Trump to pass the sprawling funding bill. So again, when the money, think money for 1 second. I know it's hard. If you don't have money, it's hard to think billions. But if you're wealthy, right, and for example, if you hold stock in the military-industrial complex, you hold bombing stocks and fucking, all the stocks that skyrocket during war, right? And intervention. Better word. Better than war is intervention. If you're one of those people and you happen to be a billionaire, and you see people arguing over the fucking name on the sign, Fort Bragg, you could call it fucking, Fort Dickwad, right? Fort Pull Your Pud, and they wouldn't care. They don't care. That's the point. The wealthy don't care, and there's evidence in it. Mitch McConnell just jumps behind the signing $740 billion. Congratulations, everybody. You've got your military, right? So and here's the backlash, right? Because you're trying to defund the police, and what happens? You escalate goons like this, where you got federal police roaming around the streets. Federal agents deployed to Portland as part of Operation Diligent Valor. Right? It shows a couple of things. It shows that our government is, trending on, a dictatorship, fascism, forcing their will on the people. Right? And you see also the misdirection of the rebels. The rebels are fighting against the police, funding the police, and from out of nowhere now the military will come in and do their job, right? So it's just who's going to win that? Of course the military. Of course the authority is going to win. You fight authority, authority always wins. Remember the song? I fight authority, authority always wins. More than 100 federal agents have been deployed to the streets of Portland, Oregon to protect federal buildings. You saw it yesterday. You saw 2 federal cops parked right in front of George Washington with guns, ready to shoot people. More than 100 federal agents have been deployed to the streets of Portland, Oregon to protect federal buildings in the city in a mission called Operation Diligent Valor. Well, they got their money. They got their $740 billion. The camouflaged agents, who have received criticism for detaining protesters in the city, are part of the rapid deployment force of the operation. Wow. So how's everybody doing in the chat, man? Good morning, everybody. Marcus Conte reporting. Let me just check some shit. Make sure we're up and running. I hope we're not. I had my head down, so I hope we're not buffering or anything stupid like that. All right, we're cool. We're very cool. So anyway, what else can we learn about this? So federal agents being deployed to the streets. Pow! I can't wait to see them in New York, right? They're gonna come down. They're gonna fucking empty out that Occupy City Hall. They're gonna drag those fucks out by their sissy hair, by their girly hair. My hair is not girly. My hair is very manly, so they're not gonna touch me. Vinny DiMartini, what's up, everybody? Good morning. And Anna B is here. Willie Dig, Chris Milk, Jason Walsh, JB, Liz Rivard. Jason Walsh said your name twice. No censorship. Give me some truth. Jessley Snipes, Sassafras, Pat Hacker. What's up, Pat? How are you, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Pat Hacker, George's son. We will never find out who George is. We will never know. We'll never know. Oh, Sterling Price. I don't know if he's still here. Sterling Price, good morning, my brother from a different mother. We'll name it Fort Floyd. Yeah. Name it after rock stars. I love that, man. Name it after, how about Fort Jagger? Or how about, I don't know. Michael Jackson should get one, right? I wouldn't object to that. How about Fort Jackson? After Michael Jackson, not Andrew Jackson. Right? I bet there's a lot of Jacksons out there. Why don't you just change the first name? Like if there's a Fort Jackson, I imagine there is. Something would, because Jackson wasn't there our president, right? Mr. Jackson, right? Isn't there a fucking Jackson president? Just switch it to Michael Jackson, right? And then you got it, right? And everybody's happy. Right? He had and Michael Jackson just doing his fucking moonwalk, the moonwalk. Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk as a fort. I like that. Right? That's compromise right there. So anyway, this is a bullshit story. I don't want to read this fucking shit anymore. Right? So get ready, man. Get ready. They're coming to a town near you. So what is going on? What is going on? We're not. I saw the little circle and I thought we were buffering, but we're not buffering. We are cool. Thank you. Many thank yous to the wonderful. This is for the AI. Thank you very much to the wonderful YouTube, the work that YouTube has been doing for us in our quest for free speech and First Amendment rights. Thank you very much, YouTube. YouTube is a wonderful place. YouTube is so good to us. What would we do without YouTube and Google? It's such a great institution in America. And we need more YouTube, more of what YouTube does for all of us because they're so giving and they're so wonderful. So we're talking to robots. Seattle businesses. That's somebody told me that, right? And nobody's watching it. It's these are algorithms that pick up on what you're saying. So Seattle businesses looted, defaced with gentrified graffiti. Wow, the new normal. Welcome to the new normal. Where's the song? Welcome to the new normal. Welcome to the new normal. Welcome to the new normal. I don't have a song. I need a guitar to write a song. So a group of rioters in Seattle busted out windows of a pot shop. Oh, that's why this was interesting. They painted now marijuana should be it should have been legal fucking 100 years ago, right? But nonetheless, Seattle businesses. This is rather interesting, where they're attacking not so much the nature of the business, but the gentrification of the business. Because pot should, in my view, should be legal for people to grow and consume and do whatever they want with, right? It should be like all substances, right? Because in a free country, you should have the choice. Right? Now, that's not saying that crack cocaine. I don't know if crack cocaine can be used casually. I have no idea. It never was for me when I smoked it. I don't think it's. I think it's extremely detrimental. Can people learn to use a dose of crack cocaine that would make their lives improve, or a dose of heroin that would make their lives improve? I don't know the answer to that question. I do know that some people drink, have a beer once in a while, and that seems to elevate their spirituality. I know casual, tokers that, pot tokers that are wonderful people and enlightened people and informed people. So I don't know the answer to that. What I suspect is that all substances should be legal, obtainable, and for the person to decide for themselves if this is something that they could benefit from, or relieve their tension, or whatever it is that people use drugs for. Rioters in Seattle busted out windows of a pot shop and scrawled "gentrifier" on it outside, according to a report. So they spray painted "gentrified" on a pot window. A group of 150 people gathered late Wednesday at Cal Anderson Park before busting out windows and starting a pair of fires on Capitol Hill, including one inside a business that firefighters later extinguished. So they burned the pot shop? You definitely want to be in that wind. At another nearby business, so this is different, Uncle Ike's, which bills itself as Seattle's favorite pot shop, protesters wrote the word "gentrified" on the front of the building, which also had some of its windows smashed, video shows. The protesters then took aim at another storefront, breaking into Rove Vintage, where they stole merchandise before setting those items on fire in the middle of the street, the newspaper reports. It's a soul sickness. It's so ridiculous that people are stealing. They're not even stealing it for their own. They're burning it. Right? What is the freaking point? What is the point of burning a pop shop, a Pop's pot shop, and a vintage clothing store? What's the political statement there? If we don't want it, we're going to shut it down. If we don't get what we want, we shut it down. I don't know how long that's going to last. Rove Vintage, meanwhile, is owned by the wife of one of Seattle cops. Oh, okay, there's a connection. Rove Vintage, meanwhile, is owned by the wife of one of the Seattle cops who fatally shot a pregnant black woman 3 years ago, according to the city and state business records cited by the newspaper. A cop who shot a black woman. Now, I don't know the story there, so we'll leave it. But that's why they targeted her. Look, let's check out Uncle Ike. Uncle Ike's smoke shop. Uncle Ike's smoke shop. Gentrified. They burned the motherfucker. They burned the motherfucker. So, shit is getting nuts, man. Shit is getting nuts. 2 banks were also damaged. Oh, there you go. 2 banks were also damaged in another business at Broadway and Madison streets. I don't know Seattle from a hole in the wall. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, Seattle. I don't know Seattle, so I don't know these streets. Broadway and Madison. We have a Broadway and Madison here in New York. Were also looted, according to the police. So there's still looting going on. No arrests were made. The violence came as a federal judge ruled late Wednesday that he will allow a recent ordinance passed by the Seattle City Council barring police from using tear gas and pepper spray during ongoing protests. Well, that's a victory. Why would you win? The judge rules in your favor to ordinance passed by the city barring. You win. You barred the police from tear gassing and pepper spraying you, and then you go out and break more shit. I don't know. The ruling came days after 12 cops were hurt when a downtown protest turned violent. The cops were injured by mortar-style fireworks tossed at them at close range. Well, police, you're tossing tear gas and pepper spray at the other direction. So now that's your payback. Right? So it's a mixed-up fucking world, man. It's such a mixed-up world we live in, man. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know, man. I wish I was this guy again. I don't know. Do I want to be this guy? Would I want to be this guy again? With taking, living in the village. Marcus Conte reporting. Everybody doesn't know what my eyes look like because I wear glasses, but there's my eyeballs. There's my eyeballs. Oh, he's so handsome. Look at his beautiful hair. His hair was just as beautiful then as it was now. Would I want to be that guy or would I want to be this guy again? Oh, man. Oh, man. To go back in time. Marcus Conte reporting. That fucking shit is crazy, man. The new normal is upon us, right? Was a result of coronavirus? Was a result of a meltdown in the economies? It's all of the above. We're seeing a tipping point, as Malcolm Gladwell has said. The tipping point where water boils, where if you lean something enough, it falls over. It's still standing, but once it hits the point of no return, it falls. And that's what we see. We're seeing all systems breaking down. All systems, everywhere you look, is breaking down. The way people talk, the courts, the fashion will break down, music will break down, right? All of the online presence, all the disgusting LARPers, the liars, the contortionist news people are all gone. They're frauds and fakes, right? And people who abide in the truth, people who abide in the center, prevail. I'm not left. I'm not right. I never have been. And why am I? I'm still balanced right perfectly in the middle of all this nonsense. No one can ever say Conte is for the radicals or for Trump, because I'm not for either. I stand in the middle. I find the good parts of both, and I talk about the bad parts, right? That's what I do, right? But when you're in the middle, it's hard for you to really do that. It's hard for anybody. It's hard for people to have, I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's hard for people to have criticism of you. And this is not just for me. This is my wisdom passing it on to you, is that when you abide in the middle, in the truth, in fairness, in real equality, real a balance for all people, where you're really not egoless, right? Absence of ego, absence of self-interest, right? When you're there, that's when you could rise, in my view. That's when you rise up, when you stand in the middle of the noise, right? And it's a very noisy time right now. It's very, very noisy. I don't know if I will stay in New York. I can't promise that. It just doesn't equate. I think that I would prosper spiritually, emotionally, financially, creatively if I moved, somewhere more nurturing for what I do, right? So, and that's not to say that I'll always be New York. New York will always be, New York will always be close to the heart. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. So thanks everybody for sharing, man. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys joining me, fucking motherfuckers. I'm sorry I blasted that at you, man. Sorry I blasted that at you, man. I just wanted to say goodbye to everybody. So, yeah, baby. 2 days steak is in the house. Chris Mike. Milk. George's son. Give me some truth. I'll give you some truth, man. Just stick around, brother. Harkview Cinema. Harkview, is it Monday night yet? Harkview Cinema in the house. Her Pooper. JB. Jason Walsh. Jesley Snipes. Joe Green. Liz Rivard. Loyal Opposition in the house. Maritime Slave. Me So Horny. Hungry. Epic. Quantum Epic. Quantum Perry. Sassafras. Scrapper Do. Thank you for your video. Vinny DiMartini. Put your hands together for Vinny for his fine moderation. Vanderloo and Willie Diggs. Willie Diggs is here. Tony Yao. What's up? Tony Yao just popped in as well. What's up, Tony Yao, man? Tony Yao, thank you for the hat. I got your hat over there. I wore it twice already, man. I like that hat. It just got a little bit of a homeboy feel about it. You know what I'm saying, man? So everybody have a great day, man. Great day.